going to record it. I'm going to afterwards if we don't want to. But I just feel like, yeah, the lesson that we studied yesterday about, that we are only a tiny speck and Hashem is the cause, and all the little machinations on earth are not the cause. I'm not the cause. I had made a decision to go and do voluntary work in Israel, and that's coming unraveled. And my tendency normally would be to think, oh my gosh, I've done something wrong. It's all going wrong. And I'm like, hold on, done the best I can. I've put myself out there. I've even, rented the house. I found a family from Israel who want to have the house and all the things. But if it's not meant to be, it's not me that's causing any of it. It's not even them that's causing any of it. It's not the group.
Exactly.
It's not the group that was supposed to have done this and was supposed to have done that. And the one that I thought was orthodox was conservative and Shomer Shabbat element. No, it was all part of the plan. And the plan is, I don't know what the plan is. I don't know. And I have to surrender my illusion that I'm the one in control, and to just know that whatever little hishtadlut I did was meant to be. It was okay. And even the hishtadlut probably counts towards something. But to let go of the result, to let go of the outcome, just to understand that I'm a part of a process, but the process isn't about me. The process is Hashem's bigger plan. And to remember what you said last night, Ilana, was beautiful and straight into my heart, that my plan is lovely, but if it's not Hashem's plan is not only he's in control, but also he's kind and he's good and he's loving, and he wants the best for me. He wants the best for you. He wants the best for every single one of us, and only he can do all of it simultaneously at once. I can't do any of that. I can only see my limited, tiny speck of a view. And that was really comforting to hear. I felt soothed hearing that. Yeah. So actually, where we're up to now, I don't know where you were yesterday because we didn't have the place, but I do have a marker of where I left off last, and it was the top of page 70 in the white book.
I can tell you where I left off yesterday, and we finished the first principle.
Yeah, no, but I think you went backwards a bit. I've got a feeling. Have a look and check, but we're on the top of page 70, and we're not on the principle.
Have different page numbers, but for me it starts
yeah, so I think that was quite far back. We've gone quite past that.
We're already in
Perek Shlishi Uchvar Ma'aseh Chacham ala inyan hazeh. So,
okay, so hold on.
Which page, Shulamit, for your book?
Top of page 70.
70.
The top of page.
So 70. What was the pasuk? What was the beginning of the sentence?
It's the beginning of the sentence is Uchvar Ramaz HaChacham al ha'inyan hazeh.
Okay, so
and where it is chapter 3, it's after God is the ultimate and only cause. About 3 pages in from that. So I'm wondering if I should wait for Ariella, because I think she said she was coming. Give her a quick shout. Ariella, she's there.
Oh no, so we did that yesterday. We did already Ukvara Chacham Elenyanazeh. Yes.
Okay, so we're a bit further.
This is HaChacham is talking about Shlomo Melech.
Yes,
these are all the
time for this. You did that.
The 28 things that there's a time, that there's a preordained time for them.
Okay.
The 28 events that there's a preordained precisely planned by Hashem.
Fine.
And there's a list of them.
Did we do complete trust and no lip service? Full comprehension, how God, yes, we did do that.
So what we've completed yesterday was we finished off Mimach Shavotechem, which is finished off the first principle that you need to internalize in order to have trust. And then we on the second principle, which starts with V'ha'haktama ha'shenit.
V'ha'haktama ha'shenit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start from that. Beautiful. So complete trust. Having said that, the first introduction necessary to have bitachon, full comprehension of how only God possesses all 7 qualities that are needed, placing trust in another being, The author now continues with the second introduction. A person must internalize the fact that God knows all his thoughts, deeds, and misdeeds, and knows if a person's bitachon is genuine or merely lip service. So, the second introduction. The person should know, and it should be clear to him, that the Creator is watching over him and nothing is concealed from him. Niglehu v'nestaro utzfuno v'narehu v'bitchono elokav b'lev shalem imlo. So neither those actions that the person performs in public and are revealed for others to see, nor those actions that the person performs in private and are hidden from others. Even his thoughts are not concealed from God. Neither those that are hidden from other people, nor those that are apparent through his speech and action. God also knows if a person's reliance on him is wholehearted or not. So although the concept of God's omniscience was mentioned earlier among the list of 7 qualities that a person must believe that God possesses, it is repeated here. Omniscience means Hashem knows all his thoughts, deeds, and misdeeds. It's repeated here because here it's referring specifically to God's knowledge of behavior of the person vis-a-vis his service of God and how genuine his bitachon is, and that's the pat. The bottom line, God is watching over you and nothing is concealed from him. God also knows if the person's reliance on him is wholehearted or not. So the second preface mandates that for the benefits of trust to be manifest, the trust must be real. Trust must be real. A person cannot pay lip service to his trust, saying that he has bitachon, but failing to contemplate what he's saying or truly meaning it, and that's the Marpeh Nefesh. And according to the Pat Lachem, this preface mandates that a person should know that God is observing him to see if his trust is truly complete. Strengthening trust. God could have given the manna to the Jews in the desert for a month or 2 at a time. Okay, we're not up to there yet. Just got to do the main text and then we'll come back to the explanation. Okay. Kasher Amar HaKasuv, as it says in the pasuk, Hashem Yodea Machshavot Adam, Hashem knows the thoughts of man, Ki Hema Havel, that they're all vanity and Tehillim. So Amar, and it says, Halo Tochen Libo Yavin, surely he understands the inner recesses of a person's heart. But Amar, and it says further in Mishlei, Ki Ata Levazacha Yadata Es Levav Kol Bnei Adam, for you alone know the hearts of all people. So these verses all speak about how God knows the thoughts of man. If he is aware of the thoughts of man, then all the more so must he be aware of also man's action. And when this becomes clear to a person who trusts in God, he has no meaning, he has no reason to complain, to claim. He will understand that it's improper to claim that he is a person who relies on God, may he be exalted, as a result of his verbal expression, b'dibura, with his speech. You know, you can't just claim, oh, with his speech, I trust in God, unless you really rely on him in your heart and in your outlook. And in private. As it says in Yeshaya, otherwise he'll be on the level of those about whom the pasuk says, with his mouth and with his lips he honors me, but he actually distances his heart from me. So awareness of this prerequisite will encourage the person to have more than a superficial bitachon, and instead to make sure that it's heartfelt and genuine. There's quite a bit of explanation on this. I can go into that, or is there anybody that wants to comment on what we just read? So let me just do the explanation and we can come back to the group. God also knows if the person's reliance on him is wholehearted or not. This second preface mandates that for the benefit of trust to be manifest, the trust must be real. Trust must be real. A person cannot pay lip service to his trust, saying he has bitachon, but failing to contemplate what he's saying and truly meaning it. That's the Marpeh Nefesh. And according to the Pat Lachem, this preface mandates that a person should know that God is observing him to see if his trust is truly complete. We should know Hashem is actually, he's noticing what we do. He's observing us in our reactions to things, in our responses, in our thoughts, and also in our actions. Strengthening trust. God could have given the man to the Jews in the desert for a month or two at a time. Why then did he give it daily? It was in order to train them in bitachon. So they had to develop their trust in God daily, that he would provide them with their needs for that day. And that's Rabbeinu Bachya says that in Shemot. The Alter Rebbe, Rabbi Shner Zalman of Liadi, explains Emunah as follows. The main thing is for a person to accustom himself to habituate his thoughts constantly, continuously, so that they're imprinted in his heart and mind. Everything he sees with his eyes, the heavens and the earth and all that they contain, all constitute the outer garments of the King, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In this way, he will also constantly remember their inwardness and vitality, which is God. That's beautiful. This is also implicit in the word emunah, faith, which is a term that also indicates training. The person accustoms himself like a craftsman who trains his hands and so forth. The word emunah is etymologically rooted in the word uman, artisan. Actually, do you know what? I thought of that and somebody told me that wasn't true, so I'm so happy that I've been proven right. Like omanut, art, because I think creativity and emet it's linked, because that's who Hashem is. Hashem is a creative. He is a creative person. I love that because I'm an artist. So it just really resonates with me. In order to be successful, an artisan with a talent for painting, pottery, and the like must habituate and train his hands. The same is true of faith in God. Every Jew possesses faith. However, for this faith to be actualized and for a person's actions to be in consonance with it, he must habituate and train himself to recognize God, godliness in everything. And that's from the Tanya, Likutei Amarim. The following is a letter from the Lubavitcher Rebbe to a recipient whom he felt was lacking in trust. So this is the letter. Just now, he said, I dispatched a telegram to you in which it was written, I'm extremely surprised at your low spirits. You should follow the directives of 2 medical specialists and strengthen your trust in God, who will certainly restore you to your former health. I wait to hear good tidings with blessings for a speedy recovery. The Rebbe continues. A person studies and studies regarding divine providence, but when it comes to practical application, where is the trust? You should study Shar HaBitachon in Chavat Halvava 3 or 4 times. It's self-understood that I do not mean you should study it all in one go, but in the course of a few weeks. And that's from the Igrot Kodesh of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So we're doing exactly what the Lubavitcher Rebbe instructed his Talmuds to do. In another letter, the Lubavitcher Rebbe writes, you must be strong in your trust that God will lead you to a proper path and bring you success in your holy work. And if doubts regarding this enter your mind, this does not indicate a doubt regarding your ability. Rather, this indicates a weakness in your trust. If doubts regarding this enter your mind, it doesn't indicate a doubt regarding your ability. It indicates a weakness in your trust. Interesting. And the remedy for this is to study Shar HaBitachon and Chavat Halvavat, and more generally, to be bound to the tree of life, the study of Chassidus, and to participate in a Chassidic Verbringen with genuine Chassidic joy on a frequent basis, to be happy and to make others happy. And that's from the Igrot Kodesh of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. So he's not just saying have bitachon, saying have joy in your life, have a Verbringen, sing, dance, Faith is about joy. I love that. So the bottom line is develop your faith, train yourself to recognize the godliness in everything. You should study Shar HaBitachon and Chavat Halvava 3 or 4 times. As the verse says, the Patlachan explain why all 3 verses are necessary. The first verse can be understood to mean that God has general knowledge, that the thoughts of human beings are worthless, but not that he knows the specifics of what we're thinking. The second verse is therefore quoted to say that God knows the specific nature of the thoughts as well. He knows that, what we're thinking is a little bit narishkeit, but he also knows what we're thinking. And the third verse is cited as proof that God is aware even of the thoughts that are hidden from other people. So when this becomes clear to the person who relies on God, etc., when he realizes this, he cannot claim that God did not fulfill his desires despite his bitachon. Instead, he will realize that his bitachon was not genuine, and this lack of genuineness was the reason why his desires were not fulfilled by God. And that's the Neder B'Kodesh. Well, that's interesting to me, because I would have thought that it doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be that the desires were not good for him, and Hashem decided otherwise. Or it could be that his bitachon was lacking, maybe one of the two. It's improper to claim that he's a person who relies on God, on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, as a result of his verbal expression without true reliance on him in his heart. So this is an explanation on that part. This is most notable when we recite in our daily prayers various verses that express man's trust in and dependence on Hashem. So, for example, the prayer, our soul yearns for God because he is our rescuer and protector. Our hearts will be happy, for in his holy name do we trust. Hashem, may your kindness be upon us as we have hoped for you. Or the words from the liturgy, such as, for in your holy, great and awesome name did we trust. Or give a reward to all those who trust in your name sincerely. All these psukim relating to trust, we have to really focus on that and make sure we mean what we're saying. Ensure that we're truly aware of what we're saying and mean it. That's from the Markei Limit. So again, awareness of this prerequisite will encourage the person to have more than a superficial bitachon and instead make it heartfelt. And the bottom line is, are your mind, speech, and action aligned with your trust? Lovely. So I'm going to stop there and open the floor for any questions or discussion or thoughts. And if not, then maybe we should say quick Tehillim for the hostages, Am Yisrael. And can you all hear me okay? Just checking. I was thinking we'll do Tehillim 91 because we say before bedtime. Yosef B'Sefer 91. Is that okay? You want to say it together? Yosef B'Sefer Elyon B'Tzel Shaddai Yislanan. Omar Ladonai Machsim Tudoti Elohai Eftach Bo. Ki hu yatzilcha mipach yokush mideva havot. Ve'varto yosech lach v'tachat kanafav tachseh. Tina v'tochera amito. Lo tira mipachad laila. Mechid tziof yomam. Mideva ba'ofad yahaloch. Miketev yashud taharayim. Yipol mitzitcho elef u'rvava miminecha elecha lo yigash. Rak be'enecha tabit shilomat rishayim tireh. Ki ata Adonai machsi elyon tzamtom einecha. לא תעונה לך לבאה ונגע לא יקרב באהליך, כי מלאכיו יצווה לך לשמורך בכל דרכיך. הכפיים יישאונך, ותיגוף באבן רגליך, על שחר ובטן תדרוך תרמוס כפיר לפני. הביא חשק באפרתהו, אסגבהו כי ידע שמי. יקראני ואענהו, עמו אנוכי בצרה, אחלצהו ואכבדהו אורך ימים עשייהו וערהו בישור.
Thank you, Shulamit.
You're welcome.
Just want to